Hi everyone, I'm Hallie. Welcome to Ledger and Lace. Today is part 2 of using up your inkjet printer ink cartridges and extracting the ink to hack into disposable Pilot Varsity fountain pens. Before we get started though, I thought, an easy way to reuse these fountain pens without having to hack into them or fill the barrel with any kind of ink is simply to use them as a dip pen, but make sure that you're using fountain pen ink, not calligraphy ink. One of the things you could do, so this is a blue pen and I'm just dipping it into water, and then you can see that I can write. So that's a way to use it, and then it'll just, as you continue to use the water, it'll just get lighter and lighter probably until it finally goes kaput. Another way is to just dip it into ink. So this is the blue ink that I extracted and I put it into this pen, and that's what this writing is. My favorite W.H. Auden quote. That's what I wrote with. So we'll just say jumps over the etc., 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 etc. That's how Jane Austen used to write it. Okay, ampersand C period or dot in the 21st century. Okay, so that's what this pen is with. I'm calling it peacock blue, and to delineate between the navy blue and the peacock blue, I took some nail polish and painted the top of the pen. So I'm going to demonstrate. So I've got black, I've got blue, and today I want to do a mix and do green. So that's what I'm going to do. So let me put this aside. And so for time purposes, I've already taken apart the pen. Let me move this out of the way. So here's the barrel, here's the feed, and here's the nib. I forgot until I remembered that Goulet pens, see I have this little box of Goulet pen goodies. Goulet pens sells a pen grip, a nib grip, where you can, it gives you some friction so you can pull stuff out. So, nibs and the feed too. Now, if you have a hard time, what I did previously was I used pliers and I just wrapped a paper towel or a cloth around. I've done it both ways, but I'm thinking with the nib grip that would be even better. You just don't want to damage or squish or bend the nib or the feed. So okay, now I have already started my little pot of yellow here, and here is my yellow cartridge. I'm going to set this up out of the way, and I was using this with the blunt, right, syringe. It's blunt like Emily, but I like this because it has a bigger diameter. When you hang on, let me illustrate here. So you're going to put water into the spongy bit and reconstitute the ink, and then you're just gonna suck it up like this, and see how it's not as bubbly as the other version when I was doing the other syringe. So, and this is just one of those syringes that you get for giving your dog, or if you're unlucky, your cat, medicine. So I'll do another one. And so this is that's a little bit bubblier. So let's see. We'll just squish it down. There we go. That's better. And then one of the things you want to do is you want to make sure that you put it down at the bottom so that it doesn't, you know, splishy splash all over the place. So that's good enough for our purposes right now. Now I'm going to use this one. So I want to mix. I'm going to do green. And I already, in anticipation, I use nail polish and I polished this green, and we're going to fill the barrel. Now, here's the funny thing about this. You'd think that the ink capacity goes all the way down to here, and that's hollow, but it actually stops. The ink capacity stops here. There's like this solid thing right there that stops the ink from going any further, which is good because there's a hole at the bottom of this. So, I mean, I suppose you could, like, if you wanted that extra, inch of ink capacity, you could remove this, drill through the thing that's stopping the ink, and then, you know, cover that up with, I don't know, like hot glue maybe or something. But, you know, this is plenty ink. So I'm just going to take some blue, and there's not going to be really any sort of precision with this, which is, you know, I don't think that I have any engineers watching this, but they would probably be yelling at the screen like, how much are you using? You have to be precise. And that is like the opposite of what I am. So let's just take some peacock blue and put it into here. Ooh, that looks so cool. Look at that. All right. Now it would be easier to, hang on. Let's just see. That's looking pretty green, but I want to, let me get a toothpick. Okay. I did not foresee needing toothpicks. I had everything else. All right, so it's still yellow, so that's good. I can add some more blue. And, all right, let me mix this. Okay, that's looking more yellow-green. So if I wanted like a spring green, that would be cool. Oh, wait, let me get that on camera. There we go. So, spring green. All right. Let's put a little bit more green in here because I'm going for a darker green. And, ooh, that's pretty. That's more of a, that's darker, but it's that's definitely green. I think I wanted a little bit more green though. So let me get a little bit more peacock blue. And we'll mix this. Okay, that is looking, I can sort of see it on this side, see on the side there? All right, let's see. That's looking good. That's a little darker, but I still want it a little bit darker. I'm kind of going for, well, not quite hunter green, but a little, like fern green. Oh. I like that. That's a little bit darker, but let me go just a little bit more. Okay, I think that's gonna do it. And, oh, yeah. That's kind of like, almost like Noodler's gator color. That's really pretty. I think I really like that, especially for spring. Ooh, look, you can write with a toothpick. Okay, so there's that. I'm going to close this up before it goes flying, and I can now dropper convert this. So here's the barrel. I cleaned it out. Normally I wouldn't do that, but and this is the feed, so that fits in here, and then here's the nib. So I'm going to go ahead and put the nib back on the feed like so, and then fill the barrel, which I shall do this way. Now, so the ink is actually going to stop at the end of where the Y is on the Varsity, and I don't want to put any ink past the nib feed, because like past this point right here, because if I do that, then when I put the nib feed in, it's just going to splash everywhere, and then my gloves won't matter. So I'm just going to fill it like so, and there's a handy dandy line where I can sort of see where the nib, like right there, and that should do it. So let me put, now I have extra ink for next time. All right, and then here goes the feed. Now this feed is dry right now, so what I want to do is have it down like this, and then it'll just, the ink will, gravity will pull it down. But a way to speed that up is to just dip the nib into some ink, and then we can write something like, the fern world. Okay. Okay, so yeah, that looks, and I'm loving the color variation of this. This is looking really good. It kind of looks brownish on camera, but it's definitely green, so loving that. Okay, so there you go. That's how to do it, and I'll be back with part 3, and we're gonna do some color stuff. Oh, I had a question about where I got this idea. I didn't get the fountain pen ink idea from, I first heard about using ink cartridges, like used up ink cartridges from Tracy Fox years ago. Like, I don't know, 5 years ago, she was showing how to, like, you know, eco dye with these ink cartridges, but not fountain pen related or anything like that. So, okay, I will be back in the next one with other color stuff, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye!